This is my team of guides, and also we have angels, and there's other like beings around who want to step forward to us, answer questions and give guidance. Okay, thank you. And very much so at this minute in time, I'm just hearing, thank you, that they are, thank you, thank you, they're tuning into the planet and wanting to see what they can offer the planet at this moment, looking at what is coming up, what's been stirred up at this moment for individuals. And they often, as in they say they often, this is Galactic Council as well, there's a few things going on here, there's quite a lot of different energies moving in. They quite often tune in to see how they can assist the planet and what the planet needs at any given time. Okay, thank you. So the biggest thing when I was tuning in, I was doing a meditation for this beforehand and tuning in to see what it is that they want me to deliver the information. Very much at this time, thank you, wounds rising to the surface, wounds, internal wounds within the individual humans. And also if you think of the frequency on your planet right now, there is a wound that is rising, and there have been wounds that have been rising up to the surface. So they want you to understand at this particular time, the uncomfortability on your planet makes sense because of what's happening for you as an individual, and also because the energy overall over the planet. And okay, thank you. They said there's we are okay, thank you. You are affected by the energies on your planet. You are affected by what is happening at any given time on your planet right now. You're affected in the sense that it's very much so as in the human that gets caught up in the energy that is happening. So thank you for instance, okay, thank you. It's thank you. They said okay, they said they're giving me some images. They're giving me an image of a puppy, and they're giving me an image of a child. It's like being born into a family when there is an argument or there's some discomfort. The puppy or the child will observe what is happening and may get caught up in the information and not have a greater understanding. So we are here to assist you, to help you to understand what we mean, and we shall explain further. We understand. And there's this I will go in and out. So I am communicating with them as I'm talking, and I'm listening, I'm their voice, and I'm giving you the information. I'm also, part of me is aware of trying to word it in a way also, and not to get in the way of, so there is some understanding, but there will be some questions later and I can go back and forwards. Okay, thank you. So what they're saying at the moment on this planet, there seems to be old wounds rising to the surface, which they're aware, but they also have been talking to me about the frequency of each and every one of us on the planet at the moment. And our frequency, thank you, and they said this before, is a bit like the orchestra on your planet at this moment. There's like tunes being played by each and every one of you. Okay, thank you. They sort of said that each and every one of you, your interaction with others, this will be very important at this time, to have the interaction with others. How it may be so uncomfortable for some of you at this time to have some of the interaction with others. You need to have this so that it activates those internal wounds, those internal soul lessons. Okay, thank you. They're very much talking about soul lessons at the moment. I found that, working as a soul coach right now and all the other jobs and work that I do with individuals, it's very important at this moment to address on a soul level what is happening for you, what's going on. Many of you have now started to ask questions. Why am I here? What is my purpose? What's happening? Why is this happening to me again? There's like repeating patterns on the planet. Okay, thank you. And the repeating patterns is really literally that there's been something that has been embedded within your soul, that is embedded within that part of the encapsulated, the human, the vessel, that needs to be brought up at this time. And however uncomfortable that might be feeling for you, this needs to be addressed, they just said. Okay, thank you. They're just saying that with the old wounds that are arising, it's the old traumas, it's the old experiences, it's the old feeding back to the insecurities and the vulnerabilities of individuals. I know myself, things have been going through for me as well recently. And then delving deeper into that, I'm starting to understand clearer the bigger picture now. So it's not to avoid, and not to avoid a situation, is actually to throw yourself into it, they just said. And then the human part of me is sort of saying, you need to be us, because throwing yourself into it is very uncomfortable right now. But what they have just said is that it's by embracing what is happening, by embracing the ride which you are on at this moment, actually then you do not go kicking and screaming. You make it easier for yourself to have a greater understanding. It is to fall back, it is to sit in, it's to digest what is happening for you as an individual. But very much so at the moment, this soul lessons that are on the planet right now, that are rising to the surface, they say, if you look at what other greater time there is to assess yourself, to work on yourself, it is now. If you think of over the years, there has been this build up now to that. If we look at the therapists, the light workers that are around, the energy workers that are around, the healing that we've had over the last, thank you, they just said, over the last 10 years on your planet, we have been monitoring them, that we can see that more and more of this has happened, that there is more the availability. So this is why now it makes sense that you should be able to seek out the advice, the assistance that you need at any given time. Thank you. But there is this feeling of trust and lack of faith to many. Okay, thank you. We know the journey of the empath in the sense, okay, through the trauma, the human experiences, that then activates this empathic, your heart really opens. This is one of your tools. Your heart has been placed within you so that you can connect, so that you can feel, so that you can connect to others, the empathic side of you. The brain really was created so that it can help with the mechanics of your body and the function, your control tower to some degree, to manage the cockpit of your life and organizing and getting from A to Z to B to D to Z, whatever. But your heart really is this internal activation center. The heart is for you to be able to connect. Thank you. They just said to me, okay, so working as a psychic medium, when I'm working with a client, I visualize like a bridge to my client where from my heart to their heart center, that I'm connecting energetically so that I can feel into them, and working with all the data that I'm receiving from their energy field. So for me, I find it a lot easier if I'm working with an individual that is empathic and is on their journey of their soul, because they're quite open, and it's easier to work with them who are quite open and not so logically thinking in their brain what's happened to them and trying to analyze that. So what they're saying is that that's like a tool. It's a skill that you have when you go to the heart center as the empathic, and that you're feeling something, it's already trying to help you to move forward on your journey. Okay, thank you. They said, okay, thank you. They also said, if you think at this moment with the empathics that are really becoming aware of your journey, many that we sit in front of now, the empathics, I've had the traumas, the experiences to expand you, to grow, and the individuals in your life that have stepped forward to assist you. So now you have that and you're aware of that. It should be able to help to some degree. Okay, thank you. They've not had a human experience, so I don't think they quite understand that as an empath, you pick up on everything. You're picking up on, your neighbor next door sometimes, or the person down the street, or even your dog, or whatever's going on. And it can hurt sometimes in the sense that the oversensitivity. Okay, so let's see. Okay. They're laughing because they still do not understand how the human, in a sense that you feel the empathic side of you, when it is a skill, it's a technique that you can then tune into each other. It's important that you know that you have been creative with this gift, that you can connect. Okay, thank you. So also, okay, thank you. They're sort of saying that at this particular time on earth, as the empath, expanding, connecting to each other, the uncomfortability of being able to connect and feel what's going on, these sensitivities. They are also sort of making me aware that having these sensitivities absolutely helps you to connect to your soul in a way of you being able to learn, being able to stretch yourself, by able to connect, by trying to be able to understand your journey. Okay, thank you. Okay, they just said there was no mistake in those experiences or life traumas that you happen to have happen to you in your life. The individuals have the frequency internally. So let's see, we try to explain. So if you think with your parents, we tried to explain this last time, the individual parents that yes, okay, thank you. Okay, they want me to use this. Dear. Okay, so the individual parents that are brought together have a frequency, each of them individually, their life story that has evolved, that they have embodied, their journeys, their self-talk, their lifestyle, everything that they have been on, okay, including the wounds. Okay, thank you, I just wanted to show this. So with this Russian doll, we go inside and the wounds, the layers of the wounds. So each of the persons coming together, those souls have been through many journeys. Even in one lifetime, the individual would have had many journeys and experience, and the person will carry a frequency like the orchestra, what they just said. Okay, thank you. Now they're saying then the frequency of this individual that then meets up with this individual, how dependent on the place of this individual, how they're feeling, and then what they have processed in their life already. Like they truly know their journey of their life and their experiences by looking back at who they are and where they are in themselves, their present selves. They will then connect to someone like a magnet, as in similar part of their journey. But if they have avoided to some degree some of the issues that need working on and also need healing, they are going to also attract somebody else that may need their healing, or they will activate something in the other person when they come together. So there are many people on your planet that have not quite mastered the art of managing or accessing their journey, their wounds, to do the work. This is for your soul to do the work. So when the soul has done as much work as it can, and then they meet the individual that's brought into their life, they are more connected. And as you know, that some of the individuals that are brought in your life are also to activate also soul lessons and soul understanding of the other one's journey. So there is no mistake when individuals are brought into the world. You are brought into the world to work on that particular issue that your soul wants to be addressed. We are mentioning this again because we feel there is lack of understanding here. So if we think then the individuals that are brought into each other's lives, they are to teach each other to some degree. Whether it is for the other one to learn to say no, to step back, to create boundaries, or is it for them to hand over their heart to some degree, their heart to be activated so that they can love in a different way? It depends on the individuals, because this person will have many as their lifetimes from themselves as well. So we shall explain. So we have an individual here, and their lifetimes may be what they have learned from this lifetime, or it may be their lifetimes that will going all the way back to a past life where there is injury, or still there is on a level of healing that needs to be done. So coming into someone's life, there is a reason and a purpose. Now, if we show you this in a sense of, we say you're females who can give birth to your young. If this female meets this individual and then they have a child, this child soul has come into that parenting, has come step forward. We shall show you. We like this one. This child will step forward to this family to do the work. This child, this young soul, has issues, problems, lessons to be learned. So stepping into the family with similar frequency needs to do the work. So it will choose the parents, it will choose the individuals to step forward in their life so that they may learn. Also, that's why those individuals have stepped forward. But the individuals that they step forward in, there could be many reasons why they have been brought forward into that family, the roles that the individuals will play. There is no accident where individuals come into each other's lives, but there is a reason for the healing to be done within the soul pod. But you are to know that when you step forward, and you may not feel that you're part of the family, there are many of you at this moment that will feel that, why was you born into a particular family? You then have been sent forward to do some work with the family to some degree. And maybe that, just maybe, that some of you may feel that it was a mistake. It's never a mistake. We want to say every part of your journey is documented. There is information that is included in every part of your soul on many soul levels. And many of you carry the information within your soul. Many of you who step forward at any particular time on your journey has been brought here to unlock something, a message within your soul. The more that you do not feel connected to your family means they may never have been really your true family, to be born into some degree, that it wasn't ancestrally that there was a connection along the bloodline, but it may be that you have been sent there to do the healing work on them and yourself. You must also be aware from your journey, the activation that you carry within your internal body will activate those around you too. You are brought to each other as magnets to help to the process, the progress of your soul. Many of you are unclear at this moment in time, and many of you are uncertain as in why at this particular time would you step forward. Anne had an individual last week where they were very suicidal and thought it was their rite of passage for them to take their own life. When she looked into their energy and could see what was going on for them, it was more that there was this process of digesting what's happened in their lifetime and to help them to move forward. It is not your right to some degree to follow that road of passage. It does not get easier when you do this. You will just return back. We send you back, and it may not be any easier. But the journey is harder, because as a soul you wait the lifetime of your family to pass before you are then readmitted. And so as a soul that is close to that suicidal thoughts, what happens is you connect on that empathic side of yourself. You will feel every heartache of your family members. It is not the easy route out. When you travel down the route of darkness and there is the shadow work to be done, it is not for you to run away from. This is the time to assist your soul, to accompany, to work on your soul progress. We are aware it can be difficult, But how else will the human stop to take a moment out, to take time to reflect on what is happening? We're concerned many of your souls at this particular time on your planet have gone through great shock on your planet. We are aware also the frequency on your planet is quite low with many individuals, but we are also aware that there is this mass awakening of the consciousness, being aware to find your space on the planet, being more open to look at what is going on and why you are here. We are not saying this is an easy journey. It is not meant to be the easy journey. Your soul is still learning. This is the school for your soul. And there are many of you who have been here before. Many of you who do not complete the process will complete a round again of repeating patterns and cycles. You have been sent to each other to aid each other, to assist each other on the planet at this time. It is no accident that individuals are brought into each other's lives to assist them, but also to hold your own space. The light workers on your planet, the healers, the energy workers, there is so much more work to be done, and we are aware of those who are doing this work. It can be quite tiring at times too. The idea is to lift the energy on the planet, moving up to the 5th dimension. You can only do this if you do the work on yourself and become consciously aware of your journey. And to aid and to assist you, there are many light workers that are here to aid you at this time. It is about you finding your balance. It is about you reaching out for support. Many of you will feel tried and tested, but this is also to show you how strong you truly are. We step forward because we are here trying to assist you, so that you're aware at this time when you are on this planet, it is to activate something internally within you for you to learn to know how to be stronger, how to help others, how to help yourself, and also the healing of the heart. The heart is very important. This is your main connection to your soul. Your heart has been sent forward to heal. There may be many levels for this. You may find you have an issue in one part of your life, and you may find it rolls over into another part of your life too. It is the same issue, but being brought up in many different ways. By always going to the heart to ask for information, you start learning to connect to your higher self, so that your higher self will help to guide you. Your higher self is your soul work. Your higher self looks at the bigger story, looks at the information and the data that is being collected on you. We step forward because we feel it is important that each and every one of you knows that you have not been abandoned, that we are here to step forward to assist as much as we can. I'm going to check now the information they have given me on my little yellow tickets. They have this new thing now where they just help me with some notes just to make sure I cover everything. And they're talking on this one about each soul and human comes a frequency and energetic field around each and every one of you. And when you step forward, your energetic field would be ignited and activated by others. That seems to be very important, that you are part of that energy field, that you do not feel that you are hiding in. It's for you to do that work of the meditation, so that it helps you to expand your energy fields so that you can connect. And the easiest way is through the meditation. If you can master the meditation, it helps you to connect to many of your guides, many of your team that will step forward. And they're just saying, okay, thinking, they've just said, in this note, it was very much, there's been this conversation that we have on a like-minded WhatsApp group about dreams at the moment and how vivid they are. And they're also talking about, okay, thinking about how the level of the consciousness is rising on your planet. So many of you are now tuning in more and more. For those who do the work, will find their dreams chaotic at times. You are connecting, as you imagine, like a radio, and the radio stations, you are connecting to other dimensions and parallel universes of your soul self. There may be past lives that you also may be tuning into, that you are picking up, that your soul needs to do the soul work to process that information. There is then, if there is that part of your past life self that is activated, it means they're showing you that there is a repeating pattern that is brought to the surface. So many of you who are also astral traveling at this time to connect to others and like-minded souls, you're also maybe visiting strangers you've never met before, but this is because you are connecting energetically to those individuals on a very energetic level. So the light workers and those who are connecting right now, you're actually going off and healing others at this time and helping others to process information. Remember, if you have been brought up many issues at this moment, not just regarding your work, your relationships, friendships, families and everything else, it's a repeating pattern that needs to be addressed. It's a repeating pattern that's trying to be shown to you. But because you maybe not be seeing it in part of your life, in one area of your life, it will then be brought up into another area of your life. It will be so much as if like the boundaries of how you allow your family members to treat you, then the boundaries of your work life, the boundaries of your colleagues, the boundaries of others, and they will keep pushing you and pushing you and pushing you until you are aware of noticing and recognizing there is something going on.